What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be solely about brand appreciation, and I wanted to share with you all which brands I have coupon codes for, and any of the products that I review in this video, I will leave links for all of their product lines down below. But the main incentive for me to create this video was I really wanted to kind of showcase some of these brands, some of the products that they've put out here in the off-road overland space that I've been able to work with and test and have on my truck over the course of the last, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 7 years, and be able to share a little bit about the brand and show that you guys have like a discount code that I'll put in the link description below, because usually I don't think that anyone ever uses the links on Instagram. Maybe they do. And, for the most part, me sharing the discount code with you for some of these brands has I have zero benefit. Been super fortunate to partner with some of these companies for well over a year, some of which I just am proud to be able to support and rep on a daily basis. So we'll kind of get into that. But if this is, I guess, if you're looking for kind of a sweet deal and a little bit of a few dollars off here and there on some quality brands, then this is the video for you. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The first brand I want to focus on is, of course, Wild Cane Supply. You've seen it written on the side of my truck. You've seen me probably wear shirts with this logo plenty of times throughout many of the videos that I've kind of created. Owner, operator, CEO, mega boss, Slater Kane runs his off-road inspired, get out there and explore merchandise brand out of Ventura, California. Super cool dude. Very friendly. If you ever get the chance to meet him or run into him, talk to him at any of the Overland swaps, definitely recommend stopping by his booth. I received a coupon code from him a few years back. I think it's for 10% off. I don't know if it still works. I'm going to check with him before I lead you all astray, but the quality on his products is out of this world. I personally rock most of his shirts on the daily basis. He only has maybe 5 to 10 t-shirts, and I own all but one. And I've made sure of that because I check back every so often to make sure that he hasn't come out with any new designs. I absolutely love them. I sleep in them. I work in them. They're awesome. So really cool brand, really great merchandise. If you get the chance to purchase either, a knife, an axe, he does limited runs. It's not something that's like, franchise level. It's very niche, very high quality, and I've been happy to be able to rep his logo. We met one time at an event and I had no TRD logos, and I was like, what would be really cool is if we put some free marketing on the Quicksand Taco. So I do get asked about that a whole bunch. So Slater, if you're watching this, I do get to plug your brand because of the sticker or decal on the side of the truck quite frequently. So yeah, check them out. I'll leave a link to his main website down here below. I believe it's Quicksand Taco or Quicksand Taco 10. Should save you a few bucks at the very least. And if not, I've just been super proud to have, been able to rock the brand and know someone. Honestly, from a design, if you ever run into him, talk to him about how he sources his t-shirts, his materials, his fabrics, it's all very high quality. So you're paying top dollar for top dollar products. Again, that's Wild Cane Supply. Let's get on to the next one. All right, so the next piece of kit that I always carry with me is my Morflate 10.6 air compressor and quad hose. If you've watched any of my trail videos, maybe I'll leave some end cards at the end of the video, but I always air down my tires respectively when I get to a trailhead. And I'm always using the 10.6 to air up for sure at the end. And at times I'll use the Morflate quad hose. It's super handy. Love to have it with me at all times. It always stays in the truck no matter what. You never know when you're going to need, air in your tires for whatever reason. I haven't used it in any sort of emergency scenarios, and I've never made a dedicated video about it either. So if you're curious about it, I'm gonna flip the camera on here and just show you guys what we're talking about. All right, so this is the nice carrying case that the quad hose comes in. You can see I've kind of wrapped it up all nice. I usually clean these off after every trail run. You know, it's kind of counterintuitive to some degree, but I like to kind of keep everything in my gear clean, operating well after a trail run. So you can see here, you know, you just turn that thing on. There's 4 hoses depending on which length you want for your wheelbase. Morflate provides that and all the information on their website. I think this is for the longer wheelbase. At any rate, super nice to have. Love the green touch of color. I use a lot of my recovery gear, including my Rhino USA soft shackles, all that. I always like to use this lime green. I don't know why, it's personal preference, but they seem to get the point as well. So comes in this nice carrying case, does come with extra gloves. And then this right here is the 10.6 air compressor. I forget the actual time that it takes to inflate the tires. I will drop it down below again in the video here, but essentially I think it's rated, this one is rated for up to 35-inch tires. I'm sure you could air up 37-inch tires. It's going to take a little longer. Also, depending on the time of year, there is going to be a cool down time for this puppy, because as it is a compressor and it expels heat, it can get pretty warm. It does come with this nice carrying case. Again, if you're airing it down your tires, or airing up rather, and you are eager to hit the trail, I wouldn't recommend just tossing this in the bag right away. Give it a little bit of time, maybe just toss it in here, or if you have a shell or something like that, you can do that, just so it can get a little bit of time to deflate. But again, I've been working with them for quite some time. It's been a few years. I had to renew my discount code for you all at the beginning of, I think it was 2024, maybe it was this year. Usually I just reach out and make sure that anyone who reaches out to me asking for a coupon code has that at their disposal. So yeah, trail gear that I could not live without, because airing down your tires, for someone who hasn't aired down their tires and has gone off-roading, and they're like, oh, I don't need to air down my tires. Airing down your tires is like the difference between like riding with like locked out bike suspension versus releasing it and then having, you know, some rebound and travel. So it's actually acts as extra suspension. So those two are kind of what I rock. They do have different compressors. There's like newer ones that have like automatic shutoffs and stuff like that. I've had this one for quite some time. I've gotten quite a lot of trail runs, I guess, and or years of using it, and it's totally fine. Like I said, I do kind of wipe it down because they do get dusty and dirty, and you don't want dust creeping into little crevices and kind of reducing the lifetime of that product. So Morflate, I will drop the link to their website down below. I should have a coupon code again, which is probably Quicksend Taco. I'm going to verify that before I drop it in the link description below. Quicksend Taco 10, 20, 30, I forget what it is, maybe 15. Great product, essential for our trail trips. All right, so that was number 2, Morflate quad hose and 10.6 air compressor. Again, can't stress enough how much I use those. I think they're an essential for anyone who likes to do at least, you know, weekend warrior off-roading like myself. Number 3 on the list is going to be 3W Autolife liners. I made a full-length video about this when I upgraded from my OEM rubber floor mats that were a joke in comparison. I've had these 3W Autolife liners now in 2 vehicles. We have it in my truck and my wife's RAV4, and have since actually been able to provide discount codes to a few friends who have opted to go that route. Extremely good product. I'm going to show you guys right now what the ones in the truck look like. I can't say enough about the durability, washability, and just overall ease of use. They're thicker. I could go on, but I think the best thing for you all is to see what they look like. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you guys what we're working with. It is a scorcher of a day out here, getting a heat wave. I don't know if anyone's watching this in other parts of California, but it's been like a high of 69, 68. And today it's like 80s. At any rate, these are the 3W Autolife liners. You can see I have them in the driver's seat. I'll show you the back in a sec, but the extra protection they provide and this like material, it's really hard to see, but it's like grippy, but it still doesn't feel like notched in any way. It gives you way more coverage. I know mine are a little dirty, but when they're washed and cleaned off, which is also extremely easy to do, they look really nice inside of the Tacoma here. One thing I will say is they're also hydrophobic, so water actually repels this plastic and you can kind of just shake water and mud off as needed, which makes it really nice. I went ahead and put the quad hose back in here, but kind of show you what we're working with. Here you can kind of tell they're a little bit cleaner back here because I do have the Morflate quad back here all the time, and they don't get as much dirt and stuff since we do have the dog bed in here full time. But yeah, the coverage they have, I love this little lip that comes up. It's super nice and gives you added protection. I think the coupon code for 3W Autolife is actually 20%, so it's actually not a small amount. That'll actually save you like a good quarter of the price of the mats. I am waiting for them to come out with a trunk mat, which I've talked to them about a few times. But yeah, overall super happy with these. I threw my old OEM ones away. I would never go back. These are a game changer for me. So yeah, that was number 3, I think, the 3W Autolife floor mat liners. They're basically a rubber floor mat replacement for either your cloth or your rubber ones that come with the truck. And like I said, the rubber ones in comparison, when I actually put them in, I did like a flimsy test and durability test, all that, and it was like no comparison whatsoever. So if you're interested in picking those up, like I said, I think the discount on those in the code down below is probably close to 20%. So super good deal. I've been trying to recommend them to a lot of my friends who've kind of been in the market, and some of them have bit, some of them haven't, but you know, I'm hoping that I can get more people on board because I really think that this is a great product and they're going to continue to make other products in the same vein. So super excited to see what they come up with, and super proud and happy to be able to partner with all of these brands, like I said at the very beginning. So the fourth, and maybe one of the coolest ones on this list, is going to be a product line from Ops OffRoad. And what they are is the Anytime Locker. Made a full-length video about that where it actually allows you to engage your factory e-locker without having to shift into 4 low. You can do it in 4 high, good in 2-wheel drive. Super nice to get yourself out of a pinch. And if you're that type who lives out in the desert, then you can do awesome 2-wheel drive locked burnouts, or donuts for that matter. Super cool product. Made a full-length video about that. Like I said, I'll link it down below and you guys can check them out. Again, I think the code QuickSendTaco10 or QuickSendTaco will save you about 10%, whatever it is. It's a good chunk of change because they are in the, you know, $200 to $200 range, but that's not all they have. They got a few other products as well. Ops OffRoad also had their flagship product, which was called the Throttle Grenade, which is similar to just like what you'd expect, a throttle controller. I've had mine now on the truck for close to 3 or 4 years now, and I use it all the time, and it's always set to Intel mode, which is essentially a mode that begins to learn your driving habits and programs throttle response accordingly. You have everything from rock crawl mode, where you can dial down the sensitivity, where you basically are flooring it and you're just crawling as if it's like a super low gear. And then you also have, you know, the throttle explode mode, which is like super rapid response, high acceleration for these trucks. I guess it's nothing crazy, but you'll feel it. I know I did when I first started testing it out. And they got a bunch of other different programs. You can actually set it to stock and then just unplug it so that you're not, you know, worried about anything going on with the ECU or your tune. I've been told numerous times for different tuners, mine also in particular, said that you shouldn't run one with the other, the tune with the Throttle Grenade. And from other creators that I've talked to and others on Instagram, it doesn't really matter. It's just going to work to your benefit long term. So I don't have a lot of video about this product itself because it's basically inside the vehicle, and for the most part it's just like a feeling. It's a response. It's like saying, hey, I'm gonna put an in-gen intake on my truck. Well, you're not gonna be able to show the performance, but excellent product. I've had it on there, haven't unplugged it. It's not going anywhere soon. So again, that's kind of the second product by Ops OffRoad. And then the final one is just going to be their quick deflate valve stems. You just plug these little bad boys onto the side of your valve stem on your truck, preset the PSI to what you want to air down to, and the tires will air down to whatever preset PSI you've set them to and stop at that direct PSI measurement, so you don't actually have to go around and check and unplug everything. Super cool, super nice if you're being lazy sometimes on the trail, I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna throw these on there, sit back down in my truck, come back minutes later, and everything's all equalized and air down. So yeah, all three products from Black Ops Off-Road, Australia-based company, I believe. Super great guys and girls over there. We exchange conversations over on Instagram pretty frequently. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I did a full video. I said I did a full video on the Anytime Locker. I think I did a full video on all their products. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description below and you guys can check them out. That is Black Ops Off-Road. And that was number 4. Time for number 5. All right, I just decided, I've been filming myself a lot in this video, so I'll give you guys a look at the truck here. But the 5th and final product partnership that I have been able to kind of curate and been proud to kind of work with them over the last few years is Extreme LED. They provide the light bars and lights on the entire Quicksand Taco here. So I recently upgraded to their XS6 Slimline light bars for both the bumper and the roof rack. They do both come with an option to be either amber and clear. I think this is actually the way this one came. I optioned out the bumper light bar for all amber, but that's going to be a personal preference. They do sell additional lenses, which is nice, but they're smaller, Colorado-based light bar company. I've been super fortunate to have gotten the chance to work with them. I think for their light bars, I don't remember the discount code. It's probably Quicksand Taco 10 or QST 10 if I remember correctly, but I'll link it down below because they're kind of a brand that I don't see as many people rocking, but I absolutely love them. These are the stacker pods I've had on the truck for quite some time. I recently just swapped out the lenses for amber to kind of go with the new theme. If you were following before, I made a full-length video about I think it was called the Slimline series. I had also a 40-inch up top, but I had a 30-inch down here at the bottom in the stock bumper, and those were all clear, both spot flood combos. But when I had the opportunity to throw the XS6 product line on here, I was not about to say no, and I had wanted to put these on here for quite some time. So went full amber this time around, and I think this is the setup that I'm going to stick with for quite some time because I absolutely love it. And they've been awesome to work with. I've been partnering with them for about 2 years now, and yeah, can't say enough good things about them. I will note also that if you are interested in any of Extreme LED's products, I'll leave a link right here in the video and in the description below. And I do plan to make a full breakdown video of these specific lights. I know I made a video on the Slimline series, probably some point last year this time, but since upgrading and when I put the bumper on, that's when I put the XS6. I know it's a mouthful. When I put these lights on, I wanted to do a full side-by-side comparison, give you guys kind of the idea of what the output is compared to both series, why you may want one over the other. So stay tuned for that. Again, that is Extreme LED light bars. Leave a link and discount code if available down in the description below. And I think I got 1 or 2 more. Maybe that'll be it. We'll see. I lied. So for this video, those are the top 5. Those are the brands that I work the closest with. I think those products are by far kind of, make or breaks. I think some of them you can totally do without, and then some of them I think they're absolute necessities. In my particular case, I think every single one that I covered is kind of a must when it came to the build, my lifestyle. I'm out here, it's 80 degrees, got my Wild Cane Supply shirt, one of my favorites actually. And yeah, it just kind of fits the bill. So if you are interested in any of these products that I covered or have any questions about them, leave a comment down below. And if you are a brand that wants to collaborate with myself here on the channel, please reach out to me via the email in the YouTube bio and be happy to kind of discuss and kind of see what we can put together. But been very happy with how the truck has been performing in general, all coupon codes aside. Hoping to get back into making more regular videos. Again, like I said at the very beginning, actually, maybe I didn't. The whole point of this video is literally to share some of this information and opportunity with you all, because I'm getting the opportunity to work with some really cool companies and they're giving a kickback to you all as the viewers. So I want to make sure that that was heard loud and clear. Until next time, enjoy the ride.